Hello everyone, it's been ages since I made a tutorial video. In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys how I made Piggy Mc'Cool. Oh my gosh, I'm finally getting a video! So first I made Piggy Mc'Cool's body out of green clay, and I made him a similar size to the rest of my minion pigs. Hey Piggy, what you up to? I'm finally getting tutorial video! Next, I got a little sphere of green clay for the nose. And to make Piggy Mc'Cool's nostrils, I used a pencil. And this is Piggy Mc'Cool's nose. Then I got two small white spheres for Piggy Mc'Cool's eyes. This is usually the part of the tutorial where people tell you to make the ears. But because of Piggy Mc'Cool's costume, it's going to be weird to see two ears poking out of the costume, so I decided to leave them out. I'm sure most of you guys would have Piggy Mc'Cool permanently wearing his suit, so leave out the ears. So I made two versions of Piggy Mc'Cool. The first version of Piggy Mc'Cool is with his suit made of clay, and the second and current version, his suit is made out of paper. You guys can choose either way to make his suit, but first I made him out of clay. So this is what Piggy Mc'Cool used to look like in Season 3. You could probably see in this picture that I got thin strips of blue clay and I just wrapped it around Piggy Mc'Cool's body. I start with the costume around his face first. So I put it like this, basically. And then if it's misshaped in any way, just adjust it since it's clay. And then this is how you would adjust it. Then I did another strip on his chin, and that should wrap up with the face. And then I finished the back of his suit. I know it looks untidy, but Piggy Mc'Cool's suit is supposed to look untidy. To me, it looks like a bunch of patches of fabric or wool woven together. And this costume is just a bunch of patches of clay molded together. So, the messier it is, the better it looks. If you want to add the stitching yourself, you can either use a marker, a pencil, or back in the day, I used my fingernail. For the hairs of the costume, I got more blue clay, and I added it to his costume, kinda like this. Now the hard part of his entire costume is done. For the eyes of his costume, I used two spheres of white clay again, just like this. For my own clay model of Piggy Mc'Cool, I added the eyebrows on his costume. And last but not least is Piggy Mc'Cool's fake beak. So my old model of Piggy Mc'Cool did not have a nose. It was just straight up the yellow beak. Because I added a nose to this Piggy Mc'Cool, I don't really recommend this technique, but this is a recreation of what I did. And lastly, I did the rope around his beak, and I finally added the eyebrows. So the Piggy Mc'Cool that you see before you is my old Piggy Mc'Cool model.
I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head and they won't go. I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head and they won't go. I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head and they won't go.
And now time to show you guys how I made my current version of Piggy Mc'Cool. At the time, I used blue construction paper for Piggy Mc'Cool's costume, but since I don't have any right now, just for the simulation, I painted some paper blue, or you could color them blue if you want. But whatever you color this paper blue with, you start off by cutting long strips of blue paper, kind of like this. So for the part of the costume around his face, when I did it, I used two strips. First, for the top of his head, kind of like this, and for the bottom, I did something similar to this. I rolled it to make sure it's easy for me to glue it on his head. Next, I glued one side of the paper strip, kind of like this. Then I put the glue side on Piggy Mc'Cool's body. Then I did the same for the bottom. Oh, and if the paper strips bend like this, you can always cut it down the middle, and then you just glue the parts down, which is totally fine. Yeah, sorry if it's not looking the tidiest right now, but this was how I did it back in the day. Now for the rest of the body, you do the exact same thing. This brings me back memories, dude. back when season 4 was young and I didn't know what I was doing in my series yet. But look where we are now. Look how far we've come. Not just me, but all of you guys, I'm sure, who grew up watching my series. And this should be the last one. Just make sure that all the green bits of his body are sealed with the blue paper that you have. Anyway, here is the hard part of Piggy Mc'Cool's body. All done. All you gotta do is to wait for it to dry, and then you could add everything else. Next, I did the hair of his costume. And just for extra protection, I had some more blue strips lying around. And now for the stitching across his costume. There are plenty of lines around Piggy Mc'Cool. Like here, here, and here. And I did it using a blue marker. And you do that all over his body. Or wherever makes sense. Oh, I almost forgot to give him eyebrows. I just did it using a brown marker I had lying around. Oh, make sure, if you drew it on the body, make sure you do it without the costume first. My bad, I totally forgot about his eyebrows. Don't do what I did for the eyes of the costume. I put some random clay and then some white tape over that clay to make the eyes because I didn't have white clay at the time. But because I have white clay, I can do this. Not a fan of the fun, huh? I liked it. I liked it.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Alright, fine, then I put it like this. And last but not least, his signature beak. I had some yellow sticky notes lying around, and I cut a shape very similar to this. And now I'm gonna fold it into a cone for Piggy Mc'Cool's beak. Looking good, Piggy! Thanks! Wait, am I getting replaced? Not really. Your suit's getting old, so I'm actually giving that suit to you. Wait, what? If you think Piggy Mc'Cool's beak is too long, either fold it again or you could just cut it with scissors. But the way it is now is fine by me. And last but not least is the rope for Piggy Mc'Cool's beak. So first I wrapped a long strip of paper around Piggy Mc'Cool to see how long I need the rope to be. Now that I got my strip, I cut it in half. Next you take one end of the strip to one side of Piggy Mc'Cool's beak. Then you do the same for the other side. Then I curled the rope so it's easy for me to glue. Oh, his pupils fell off, but make sure that the ropes are under his eyes. I just did that mistake. So for the beak, you can either glue it to his body or you could tape it. Personally, at first I taped it so that I could take off his mask, like what Piggy Mc'Cool did at the end of Final Boss Battle. There he is.
Hey guys, I'm Piggy Mc'Cool. Hey guys, I'm Piggy Mc'Cool. I'm dressed like the Blues. Hey, me too. I like the Angry Birds. Ooh, me too. Do you write fan fiction? Heck yeah, I do. Now let's go check out some fan fiction together.
Angry Birds fanfiction.
Hey, I wrote this. But when knew the words were true? He longed to run his non-existent wings over the cool firmness of Corporal Fig's helmet.
Who wrote this gibberish?
I did, sir. I'll have to admit, not my best ships, but you gotta admit it.
Drop down and give me 20 for bleaching my eyeballs! Do you approve of this?
Like, do I ship it? Well, Angry Birds as a medium is pretty good even without the ships.
Sounds like war propaganda to me. You drop and give me 20!
He couldn't stop himself from thinking about it again, especially when staring at Chuck.
Is that Red reading your fanfiction? You call that imposter Red? I say he really lets himself go. Say, whatever happened to bring back 2012? I just discovered this rabbit hole of treasure on the internet, and I want more. Point me to all the Angry Birds fanfiction, please. Some of you should be published authors. Oh my gosh,
Me? I didn't post this! So yeah, that's how I made both of my versions of Piggy Mc'Cool. Whether he has a clay costume or a paper costume, he's still our overzealous fanboy pig who loves to write fanfiction. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, peoples.
Lois, what the hell?